But why are we so obsessed with reality TV? It is such a big part of our TV nowadays, our influencers and our celebrities. Why are we so obsessed? What is it?
Yeah, it's huge. It's a huge cultural juggernaut, right? And that's why I always find it interesting when people say, like, oh, why do you study reality TV? Who cares about that? I mean, whether you like it or not, right? You have to like understand that it's really changed our culture in fundamental ways. But why do people tune in? I mean, it depends on the person because different people consume reality TV for different reasons. It also depends on the show. So there are the shows that have like, that train wreck factor where you're watching to remind yourself that even though you might have problems, you might have flaws, at least you're not like that train wreck over there. And you can do that like symbolic distancing. But at the same time, the people on these shows resonate with us, usually because they're often cast to fill these kind of archetypal categories. So there's usually like one person on each show and each cast you can kind of grab onto and say, well, even though this is a zany scenario I would never be in myself, I'm most like that person or that person most resonates with me.
So you're like connecting in some sense.
Yeah, so you're connecting with the people on the screen. So we form these, so-called parasocial relationships with the people on these shows where we kind of feel like we know them, especially because they are ostensibly being themselves. They're not playing characters. And but we also form connections with others in response to the shows. So we watch and that kind of brings us into community with other people who watch the same shows. That can be online or in person, at work. These kind of transcend the boundaries of gender, race, and class. If I'm at a party and someone is a Real Housewives watcher, that's going to be my friend for the night.
It really does bring people together. And it's interesting, what you said, different people watch for different reasons. And in behavior, if anyone's studying for the exam, we talk about this, right, in terms of the function of behavior. Like we may do one thing and someone might be doing it for attention while another person's doing that same behavior to escape a situation, right? They're like, I'm going to do this because I want attention. And someone's like, I'm actually going to do this because I want to get the hell out of here. But it may look the same to everyone. It's interesting how you talk about these different functions or the different reasons people might be into it. We just use different language. This is what I'm always trying to get to on the podcast is that like
Yeah.
we're in different fields using different words, but we're kind of all saying the same thing at the end of the day.